If your deck doesn't seem to be cutting just quite right, or like me, you've installed different tires, then you probably need to level your mower deck. I'll show you how to do that quickly in this video. Now before I get going on this, I need to make sure the tires are aired up to the pressure that I mow at. The fronts I run at 26, so those are good to go. And the backs I run at 8 psi. It doesn't matter what your tire settings are, they just need to be the same on the left and the right. Because clearly, if this tire's aired up to 20 and this one's got 5, it's going to be tilted like this. We're going to level the deck, and then you're going to realize someday that, hey, this tire's low, air it up, and that deck that's perfectly level is going to do this. So we're going to go around, check all these air pressures, and then, once we've verified they're all correct, we'll go ahead and start leveling the deck. Now that your tire pressures are correct, you need to raise the mower deck to its highest setting. For me, it's as simple as pressing this raise button. Once it clicks, you know you've hit the clutch and you stop raising it. So now we're going to get down and actually measure to the mower blade itself. You can use a tape measure, they make a special gauge to do this. I like using a little steel ruler. Now we're going to measure to the front edge of the mower blade here. You guys can see that we are almost exactly at 4.5 inches. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin the blade around, and I'm actually going to measure it in the front again with the opposite side of the blade, because it should be the exact same measurement. If it's not, that means your blade is bent, and if you're trying to level a mower deck with a bent blade, it's going to be nearly impossible to do. 4.5 right to the bottom of the blade. So now that we've established the front side of our blade is at 4.5, we need to go to the back of it and see what that's at. Okay, the back of my deck is at 4.25. So the front of my deck is actually 1/4 inch higher. Now let's go to the other side and measure it over there. I don't know if the camera's picking up those numbers or not, but this side we're about 4 5/8, and the back side is actually about 4 1/8. So on my mower, not only is the left side and the right side different, but the front is about 1/2 inch higher than it should be. For me, that makes total sense because I just put these on. I lost 1/2 inch of height in the rear, hence the rear is 1/2 inch lower than the front. So let's get to adjusting this deck and make Willie proud. If you haven't seen the video yet where I change these tires out and you're interested at all in how they perform and what I think of them, go ahead and watch that video. I'll link it in the description, and I'm sure I'll tag it at the end of this video. Anyway, I'm going to lower the deck all the way down now so I can see the adjustments on the top better. Man, I sure love the power height adjust. And so I've lowered the deck down all the way till it's sitting on these wheels, just to illustrate what I'm talking about here. I'm going to raise it up now to where the back will just barely spin. Okay, they're just barely off the ground, right? Now, let's go to the front wheels of the deck and look at those. You can see ample clearance. My hand fits right under there. Nope. We're just going to raise that all the way up, tighten it down, and see where that puts me at. I would rather adjust only the front, because I think as soon as I start trying to move all 4 points, it's going to get a little wonky. I guess I didn't mention it, but in my manual it says that 1/8 of an inch is allowable for a height difference left to right. So the fact that my left side was 1/8 inch off, I'm really not going to be too concerned about. Especially my yard, it's so stinking rough. I'm never going to notice that little bit of cut difference. So I'm just going to leave that 1/8 inch left to right. I'm not going for a perfectly manicured lawn, I'm just going for good enough. But 1/2 inch front to back is a little more than 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to raise the deck all the way back up and get under it and measure it. Okay, and the front of the blade is now about 4 1/8. I'm sure you guys can't see that, but the rear of my blade is now at 4 1/2. So we are actually, what is that, 3/8 off? 3/8 lower in the front than we are the rear. And I think, like I said, my book called for 1/8. So we're going to go back and fine tune this. Okay guys, I'm not going to keep you around for the whole process. That's how simple it is. No reason to bore you with me going back and forth fine-tuning this. You measure the front of the blade, you measure the back of the blade, and I think for most models you should be an 1/8 or a 1/4 inch lower in the front. And left to right should be the same. My book said within an 1/8 of an inch was good enough. I'm going to go ahead and fine-tune this and get to mowing. Thank you guys for watching. If this was helpful, please let me know. Please give me a big thumbs up. Stick around for the next video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you then. Thank you.